A man is hit by a car and is shocked to find himself reborn as a powerful sword in a magical world. As he wanders around, he thinks of different things that could happen. He is circled by goblins, which he easily kills, and finds that if he pierces their crystals, he can take their powers. He wants to learn new skills and get stronger so he can be a good sword for his future master. In a past life, he must have been a house husband. At the same time, she is being mean to a slave cat girl. Even though things are hard, she keeps thinking about how her species could do something that has never been done before. On the other hand, Sword keeps killing strong monsters and gets a lot of new skills when all the nearby places have been cleared. He goes past Area 5 and sits down on the ground to watch. He chooses to move forward, but the ground is eating up his food, so he can't move, and his lack of skills kept him there for months. Poor guy. A bad luck magnet. A group of black cat is moving through the area when a monster attacks and starts killing people. Everyone in the area when Sword calls on the cat girl. She fights the monsters and kills them. Sword frees the cat girl from her captivity with his skills and finds out that they both want to be free. Cat girl agrees to be the sword's wielder and tells him her name is Fran. She calls him by name because he promised to teach her how to use a sword, and just like, they start a new trip together. And as they travel, they learn more about each other. Teacher talks about how well Fran learns with little help and, most importantly, how important she is. While they are on break, Fran hears a voice and runs in that direction. The goblins were attacking a wagon train. Fran cuts them right away. He says his name is Randall and offers to take him to the city, Alicia Inn, to keep safe. Teacher tells Fran not to tell anyone who he is because he only talks to Fran through telepathy. Randall tells them that the number of monsters has gone up because bigger ones were killed in the Madu Plains. I don't understand why this teacher has the edge of his blade on bad things. Randall tells them about the guild, and Fran chooses to join. They get to Alyssa and Head Street and head toward the club, where the receptionist meets them. Nell likes Fran, so she brings her to the practical inspector, Donna Durin. They fight hard, but in the end, Fran beats him by using magic and swords at the same time. And he says that he has lost. Sorry for the big guy's pride, who lost to a little kid. The guild master asks Fran where she learned to do this, and she tells him it's a secret. The guild master lets her in because he doesn't think she has bad intentions. Fran decides to become a sword ma, and on her way back, she sells some of her lit. Some criminals stop her and ask for money, but she gives them a lesson, which makes guild members praise her. After signing up to be an explorer, Fran is looking for armor in the market. When Guru, a famous dwarf blacksmith, asks her to come to his shop, she says yes. Garrus tells Fran that he only sells things to strong adventurers, and he thinks she's good enough because he saw her fight at the guild. He also tells Fran that teacher is a smart tool because of his god sight. Just another chance. SI's skilled teacher thinks Garrus is a good person, so he tells Garrus's secret. Garrus says that only a divine smith can make a famous weapon, and there have only been 5 divine smiths in history. Garrus shows Fran how to use manic conductivity to make a weapon's attack stronger. Fran gives Garrus the materials she needs to make her a scabbard and other protective gear in the end. Fran's friend buys her some clothes and underwear and starts looking for cooking tools and spices. They go to Rufus's store, which is called the Sabertooth General Store. Later, they get a room in a nearby inn, and Fran's teacher tells her that if they buy these things, they will be able to make food that Fran really likes. She loves food with all her heart. Same, they decide to start going on tasks and get the most out of their magic to heal. They end up going on tasks like gathering herbs, which teaches Fran a lot about different plants. They hear battle and run to where goblins are attacking a party. Fran takes care of the goblins quickly and figures out that the hobgoblins are a sign of a stampede. A goblin calls for help in a sneaky way. Fran tells them to tell the group and then fights the mass of goblins that is coming. Even though she's hurt, she's driven to grow and keeps fighting, slowly leveling up. During their fight, the teacher saw that Fran is no longer a weak cat. She is a fierce fighter who wants to know what real power is. Teacher backs Fran up as she charges the crowd and kills them. She is a machine for killing. Fran finds a nest that a member of the backup party says is a cave. The dungeon master calls her because he thinks the goblins didn't run away from Fran because bigger goblins moved into their nest. He gives urgent orders to put down the basement goblins and changes Fran's name to Frank. Fran then takes her gear to Garrus so that he can fix it. She hears about Dungeon's treasures and Dungeon's core from Jamal Garrus. He really is like a dad. Nell tells Fran that the Knight's vice captain doesn't like explorers and won't send any help because of it. She tells Fran how God made the world, how the god of chaos made caves, and how the bad gods of war are connected to monsters. This much information is too much for Fran's little brain to handle. The next day, she picks up the scabbard, which her teacher really likes. Outside the cave, the adventurers are setting up a camp when goblins attack. Fran splits up the explorers and goes to help people find their way to the door. She uses powerful magic to make a way into the cave. Donna Brown, as well as others, move quickly behind Fran while the teacher tells Fran to kill and take crystals from goblins with helpful skills and leave the rest for others. After taking the stones from the goblins, they hide their bodies so no one will notice. They then used parallel thought to kill the rest of the goblins. Fran has trouble with this skill, so they keep running until they reach the goblin. The king has a strong aura, so the king and queen's teacher chooses to use magic to surprise them. However, the magic is too strong for all of them. It turns out that looks aren't always what they seem, and neither the king nor the queen was the prison master. Fran was excited to have to fight the real dungeon master in order to get through a door and find a group of flying insects that were easy to kill and had good crystals. It's like an extra level. They find out where that strong aura is coming from and get ready for the fight. Fran's teacher says she will give him curry as a treat. If they win, a bigger demon will be waiting for them on the other side of the gate. He is the most powerful enemy teacher has ever met and has the power to destroy whole countries. He makes fun of Fran and tells her that he won't be nice to her. True Sigma. Indeed. At last, they find the dungeon master, a rare goblin who looks weak and had called the demon. In the demon, a fight breaks out. Demon wins, but Fran holds her own with her teacher's help. The teacher thinks that demon is stronger and tells the students to move while they still can. But Brandon insists on fighting the demon. He knows that Fran is good with a sword and tries to take them away from her by using a skill, but he can't because they belong to both Fran and her master. Theon is angry that he failed again, so he kills the goblin, calling for help from the prison master. Guy may have needed to let off steam. One of his strikes shakes the whole basement, which makes Donna and others worry about her. Fran as they try to break down the door. Teacher tries to convince Fran to run away, but she won't. This shows teacher that Fran cares about the city and wants to be strong to protect others. The demon starts striking randomly and destroying the dungeon, but the teacher sees that he is protecting the dungeon master. When Fran struck the master, the demon took those blows, and teacher remembered hearing that everything disappears if the dungeon master dies or a guy's bluff is called. They start fighting the master and the demon puts up a shield to protect him. So, they needed to come up with a way to beat him. They made him think they were fighting the master so they could take his crystal. By eating the bigger demon's crystal, an all-time best trick teacher got his food back. As Fran kills the dungeon master, the door opens and everyone is shocked to see Fran beat a grater. Donna Duran tells Fran that she shouldn't do things on her own. Later, the guild master calls Fran and thanks her for killing the demon. He asks about the demon's crystal, and Fran tells him that it was broken. Guildmaster agrees with Fran's answer, but another snob who looks weak and says he is vice captain of knights interrupts. August says she's telling lies. He knows how to spot a lie and has been using that skill to catch innocent people. He asks the head of the group to give Fran to the knights, but he says no to August. Then he asks for a share of the treasure from the prison, but the knight's head won't help him. Man should know when to stop, but this guy is crazy. Out of respect, Fran gives him some materials, which he throws away. Men act disrespectfully. Raging Fran. She now uses her new skills, like Skill Taker, which she got from Greater Demon, and she robs August of his ability to spot living things and do a good job of it. Then, she asks him to name a simple lie. August is worried because he can't figure out who he is. Annie does things that make her look bad. Then she makes up a reason and runs away. Fran is told to keep an eye out for a visitor by the guild head. He gives her the title of Darren and a gift as well. Everyone is happy for her, and Fran buys everyone drinks. That 9th grade teacher had a dream for the first time and saw what looked like a meeting between people and the gods. This is Anissa Guy. In the end, they go to a beach, where the teacher starts making curry and burgers, which will be saved for later. When Fran tries curry, she likes all 3 kinds, and who can blame her? The people who worked at the gate for 3 nights and got to know Fran tell Fran that Vice Captain August is looking for her. Fran sees someone following her as she walks through the market. She takes them to a tower where she talks to them. It looks like it was Vice Captain August. Acted strange in front of the royal family, which made his father angry, and he thinks Fran is to blame. He sends out his killer, Gon, who is a blue cat. Fran gets mad and tells the teacher that black cats hate blue cats. Years ago, they betrayed black cats and then sold the ones that were left to slave traders. During the fight, Fran keeps having memories of when blue cats were after her. Guidon keeps telling Fran about how he tortured and killed the black cats to scare her, but teacher helps her feel better about it, and she beats him successfully. Fran cuts off his limbs and keeps his body as a prize to show other black cats that they should fight back. Now that August is scared out of his mind, Jern must be sorry he ever went up against Fran. The guild master's water spirit shows up at that moment and tells Fran about the hopelessness. August, Fran should have instead chosen his luck skill. He tells Fran that August's father had ordered him to stay at home, but he ran away to get his payback, and the guild was asked to bring him back. Fran will get a prize on her way out because she helped bring Buddy back. She ran into Amanda, and a rank explorer who took an instant dislike to her. Fran's boss makes her call her mother or kiss her, but the guild master stops her from going too far. Amanda has been following Fran for a few days now. Nell tells Fran that Amanda likes kids and runs a home for them. She is called Children's Guardian. In exchange for crystals and a pass to go into Alma Dungeon, the guild master wants Fran to agree to a certain request. He makes Fran do this quest so that people who are spreading stories about her will either buy her or stop spreading them. Or, if the guild master likes young girls, he or she could be stopped. Amanda hears what's being said and insists on coming along. At a rendezvous, where other people are already there, Amanda meets Fran. A party at Sea Azure guards, led by Cruz, aren't paying attention to this quest, which is a test for 2 people to move up. Dragon Roar, led by Crad, and Forest Size, led by Rage. Crab treats Fran badly because he thinks she bought her position. On the Wera, their mission is to get stones from the core and kill monsters. He keeps making Amanda angry by calling her old boy. Definitely needs to learn not to talk about how old a girl is. He's still not taken. They camp near the cell, and Fran was the first one to keep watch. Crab came up to her and challenged her to a duel, so that she can show she didn't use her contacts. She beats very easily, but Amanda also wants to fight Fran. Fran accepts, but only if Amanda promises to stop following her. The way Amanda used the whip turned out to be very annoying. Fran couldn't find a way to attack. Then Amanda used Amanda Flow, which made her whip even more dangerous. A friend is having trouble, but then she comes up with a plan and uses the similar skill. Thought to hit twice. Amanda stops the first one, but she is caught off guard by the second one. When her special skill comes into play, she can attack. No, Fran doesn't pass out, but everyone is shocked by how stupid their fight crowd is. He sees that he is the kid. After seeing them fight, everyone gets fired up and dares Amanda, but no one stayed as long as Fran, which showed everyone how strong Fran really is. So, the group starts the trip, and everyone is excited. Amanda remembers that when she was a beginner, this prison was very crowded. Many people died getting rid of it, so many children were left without parents. This is when Amanda told everyone in the shelter that spider monsters had circled them, but they beat all of them and went to the second floor. Fran asks Amanda about skills, arts, and magic, which makes Amanda happy that Fran wants her help and makes her want to hug Fran, but she doesn't. On the third floor, there are traps that are often set off by party members to cause trouble. Isel from the Zuora guards uses her skill to get out of a number of traps. Amanda tells Fran about magic and the different kinds of it. She also tells Fran that she can learn thunder magic, which makes Fran eager to try it. Then Fran gives Amanda some of her favorite curry. She must feel Mother Cruz's love, because she tells them that things will get harder from now on. Isel says she has heard that people have been moved into walls. They go to the floor that is the deepest and find that the spiders have changed. This is no longer a job that the Iran party can do. Cruz tells them to go back, so they do. When 2 Dragon Roar members run into Fran, they fall into a teleport and have to leave their guns behind. A Joker moved the teleporter so that it was in a different place. Fran has to deal with the sneaky spider on her own. She thinks we don't need her anymore. Without Teacher, she can't fight. On the other hand, Teacher tries to use his search skill, but it doesn't work. The group breaks up into 3 groups and starts looking. Teacher goes through his skills and finds one that can help him find Fran at the Kin Summit, that he got from Army Beetles, which lets him call up a wolf even if Amanda finds out who he is. The teacher calls up a black dog that can find people. The wolf attacks the teacher right away. He might have been mad because they woke him up from his nap. Amanda wants to get rid of him, but her teacher tells her she should trust him. The wolf is acting funny because he has too much. Teacher gives him the name Udushi to make him regular, and as a result, Udu grows up. Amanda follows them as he smells Fran and picks up a scent trail. On the other hand, Fran saves Dragon Roar members from spiders and keeps fighting with her bare hands, even after being poisoned. You can't question a black cat's drive, especially if it wants to change. She moves forward, and at the same time Fran's teacher comes through the spider webs and heals her. While this was going on, Spider F teacher presents Ojusi as Fran's Jr. Amanda is a trustworthy teammate, so Fran tells her the story about the teacher. Amanda is really happy to find an information tool. They take members of Dragon Roar back to the place where everyone meets, where they find another creature. It turned out that creature was a protecting ghost sent by Furion. Forest's eyes were taken by spiders because they were being crushed by spiders and needed help. Spider, the prankster, had come here. She set off a trap that threw a rock at them, but Fran got there just in time and cut it up. She and Amanda killed the bugs and freed Forest's eyes by using magic. Fran went after the sneaky spider to get back at it for messing with her. After seeing Fran get hit, you don't mess with a girl boss. Amanda couldn't stop herself, so she attacked the trickster spider and destroyed the crystal with a single blow. Fran gets angry at Amanda for taking her payback. They find a way to get to the center, where they are surprised to find a lot of crystals. The dungeon core was still set to only trap spiders, so they chose to report to the guild instead of killing all the higher level monsters. Master Grad goes up to Fran to thank her for saving her friends, but Fran sets fire to his hair, so they have a fight. Again, I hope it's just a friendly game and not something more serious. Fran changes her class and fighting age at the guild, and then she goes to Garrus to try out her new black cat made armor. Garrus tells her that he is also going to Ultimate. Amanda goes to see Rufus, and the two of them talk about how she raised 2 black cats to be explorers. When she heard that they had died, Amanda felt bad that she hadn't taught them how to fight. They were the parents of a friend. The next morning, everyone stops by to see Fran and wish her luck on her next trip. That's the end of the story. As usual, if you liked what you saw, you should sign up for the show. I'll be posting more movies like this. So I'll see you at the next one.